Welcome to Building Ideas, a TV show showcasing all of the building and construction stories happening right here in our great state. I got to say, Jessica, it is so good to be back on your TV screens again, sharing with you all the great things that local businesses and builders are getting up to.
Yeah, plus all the tips and the tricks, products that the DIYs and the renovators are using. If it is happening in building and construction, you are going to see it right here on this show. Now, Terry, this is all possible thanks to the support of the Master Builders Association of South Australia, its members, the state government, and of course, our incredible local businesses.
A lot has changed since we're on TV last though, Jessica.
Yes, hey, I'm happy to be here.
We're delighted to have you.
And look, the state has grown. There is so much construction and building going on, and there's a bit of proof for you there, more than ever before.
Absolutely, and there's more opportunity for employment within the construction industry than there ever has been. And we're going to explore that in the show.
Yeah, well, let's get straight into it.
Let's do it.
Let's see what's up on the first episode.
I'm off to check out our stunning beachside feature home by award-winning builders Finesse Built.
I want to introduce you to the unsung hero of your kitchen, the humble kitchen caddy. And I'm going to tell you why it's time to start putting this bad boy to good use.
Jessica also catches up with Master Builders Chief Executive Officer Will Frogley to learn more about a career in the industry. And we both head out to Newton's Building and Landscape Supplies to see all the products and services they have on offer. Talk about hitting the ground running. There is a lot to get through today.
Not a minute to waste, so let's get to it.
Awesome. Hey, can I borrow the car?
Yeah.
Come on, thank you. All right, see ya. You know, when you have absolute beachfront views and you're adjacent to one of Adelaide's most popular causeway walks, there's an additional responsibility when it comes to the design and build of your new home. But I suspect that it's challenges like this that the team at Finesse Built absolutely love. And well, the finished product, I think it's just up here. And what you have is a modernism-inspired mid-century beauty. This footpath just drawing me into this big front door, which is gorgeous. It's framed by these materials, the stone that you just want to touch. There's a travertine crazy pave, there's brick that's been bagged, and then there's this big window which gives you a little sneaky peek to the party that's going on inside. You can already tell this is quite the home, and we haven't even left the entryway yet. Now, after the break, we're going upstairs, making our way to the heart of the home.
If I asked you what's the most valuable thing in your kitchen, you might say maybe the oven or the dishwasher. If I asked Terry, he'd probably say his wine fridge. But I want to introduce you to the unsung hero of your kitchen, the humble kitchen caddy. And I'm going to tell you why it's time to start putting this bad boy to good use. Just tell me, because I know I'm guilty of this. I'm in the kitchen and I'm like, oh, can this go in the green bin? So tell me, what are some of the things that can go in the green bin that we might not realise?
So all food waste can go in the green bin, and this includes many items that you may not put in your home compost bin. So any food, including bones, meat, any cooked food, so that might be pasta, rice, they can all go into your green bin.
Noted, because I have not, because I didn't know if meat could go in there.
Definitely,
so,
yeah. So put meat in there along with your food scraps, fruit and vegetable peelings, anything like that, that can all go in your green bin. Commercial composting gets to quite high temperatures, so it can take a lot of items that you may not put in your home compost.
And so where can we get a kitchen caddy from if we don't have one already?
Your metropolitan councils and many regional councils have these available. They'll also likely supply you with compostable bags. Most households prefer to use compostable bags to divert food waste. You can get these from fruit and vegetable retailers. A lot of supermarkets have these. Just make sure you look out for the compostable logo, because that means that we're not getting plastic into the composting system, but we are using compostable bags that will completely break down in the composting process.
And tell me, because you might be thinking, oh, I'm just one person. It doesn't matter what I do. What difference can I make? You know, how much of a difference can one person make with their kitchen scraps?
A lot. Households generate 34% of Australia's food waste in total, so that's a lot of food waste collectively that we generate. Each household on average generates around 4 kilos of food waste. It's a lot.
Each week or
Each week, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So even if you think you might not be contributing much collectively over a year, that's quite a lot that we can be taking out of landfill and putting into our green bins and composting systems.
Now we're sitting here drinking tea, so I have to ask the question, what about tea bags?
They can definitely go in.
If we all do our bit, we are going to have happier kitchens, happier farmers, and a happier planet. So next time you're tempted to think, oh, it's just a bit of rubbish, it doesn't really matter, well, think again, because there is real value here. And if you want to learn how to unleash the unsung hero of your kitchen, visit whichbin.sa.gov.au.
Who said it isn't easy being green? Now, I finally made my way upstairs to the open plan living, kitchen and dining area, which has obviously been very well thought through. And the second you step foot up here, there's this overwhelming sense of peace and calm. I love it. Coming up, we catch up with Finesse Built Design Manager Alan Cooper and find out more. When I was told I was doing the Newton's Building and Landscape Supplies segment, I got excited.
Oh, did you? Well, I thought I was doing the Newton's Building and Landscape Supplies segment, Terry, but I got excited too because I wanted to hear from an Adelaide institution. Did you know these guys have been around since the 70s?
I did not. That's huge. But
Yeah.
I do know that over that time, they've amassed a fleet of trucks of over 30. They've got 70 plus staff and a hugely loyal customer base.
Yeah, they have a whole lot going on, so it's probably lucky that we're both here. Should we go and check it out?
It's going to take two of us. Since the 70s, Newtons have grown to become one of the largest building and landscape yards in SA, open 7 days a week.
I don't actually even know where to start because there's a lot going on here, but what I can tell you is if you want to get a job done, they've pretty much got everything covered. They're tiling, plastering, bricklaying, concreting.
Their retail store has products and tools to service most trades for all jobs, big or small, indoors or outdoors.
When you're thinking about the outdoors, they've also got a really wide range of paving, and when you're in here, ask them about their revolutionary hydro paving system.
In fact, ask them about anything. Their team of friendly and expert staff love nothing more than making sure you get exactly what you need.
Okay, I know at first glance this might just all look like a bunch of weird plastic pipes, but when it comes to having a happy yard, irrigation can be where it's at. Plus, I love it here because they've got a big focus on eco-friendly solutions. So everything from rain harvesting to water-wise garden products. So you can be green from the ground up.
One of the things the team at Newtons are particularly passionate about, and in fact they're experts in, is grass. They move over 13,000 square metres of grass per month. That's a lot of lawn. Now, if the real grass isn't your thing, well, there's a whole range of artificial turf available as well. I hate watering the grass. Once you're done indoors, there's plenty on offer outside in their hard stand with a massive range of soils, mulches, fertilisers, pebbles, aggregates, sands and loams, all of which are ready for you to come and pick up or have delivered to your job site. Talk about making it easy for the customer.
I don't even know where Terry got to. I think he's lost up the back somewhere near the fertilisers. We'll check that out in another episode. But for now, for me, I've had about 20 ideas for my own backyard. And if you're feeling inspired too, then jump on the Newtons website.
To arrive at something like this It must have been an interesting start. How did this all begin, this project?
All of our Finesse homes start at Finesse. So we go for D&C, we design and construct. Client comes in, take a full brief, visit the site with them a few times. We were lucky enough that this client lived on this site to start with, so they knew the winds, they knew the sun, the topography and everything. It was brilliant.
So when this client came to you, what were the key words? What was the takeaway from your first meeting?
Oh, their brief was they had a young family, one of them works away, so they wanted security in the home. They wanted to use all the view they've got. Obviously this home's wide blocks. So the home really takes in the coast. You can see down onto the sand. The kids go back and forth from the beach. There's a big lawn out the front. That was really important to them. So they live both front and back of the house.
It's a really stylistic house, I can see that. How do you find the sweet spot between function and fashion?
Yeah, fashion's a good word, isn't it? We were lucky enough to be visited Palm Springs at the Modernist Festival. So modernism can be a really fashionable aesthetic, but you've got to key that in with how people live these days. And so it's open plan, but it's still broken up enough. And that's probably key to what modernists do. Those homes in Palm Springs aren't overly huge. They designate areas like the dining table, the fireplace, and that family room, as well as having separate kids' quarters, which is more of a modern thing.
What's the standout features about this home that you love?
I love the entry. That staircase is quite simple, but really classic. And I do like the short flow through from front to back. And that's probably from knowing how these clients live, which is that through effect.
I was surprised by that. Like I thought I'd come through the door and I have to walk to get to the backyard, but I felt like the backyard was just there.
Yeah, we call these upside down houses. So your living area, your kitchen, meals, families all up here. So it's important to not have the other areas of the alfresco and that living space too far away.
And like if I was engaging Finesse to do my project, like you said, design and construct, you are literally like the one stop, aren't you?
Yeah, totally. Like we use MAD Studios, so they do our interior designs with us. And I start with you from taking the brief, drawing the initial sketches, all the way through to the construction and detailing. So we can really layer up all that you want and know the construction sensibilities of what we're drawing as well, which is really important in getting the end result within what the client has for their budget. And then MAD Studios even go into dressing the home. So this home's really on point with its aesthetic because Michelle there has done all the furniture, all the fittings.
I don't know if you've noticed, but when it comes to building in SA right now, business is booming. Everywhere you look, there are new buildings going up every day. There's just one thing. Those buildings, we need people to build them. Fortunately enough, the next generation of tradespeople are honing their skills right here at Tonsley TAFE. So, Will, tell me just how big is the demand for qualified tradespeople at the moment in SA?
It's absolutely out of control, to be honest. In fact, there's more people employed in South Australian construction than there ever has been, about 84,000 South Australians, so it's absolutely booming.
And how does Born to Build fit into that picture in terms of making sure we can meet the demand?
Well, despite a record number of people employed in the industry, there's still a really big shortage of people in the industry, especially tradies. Anyone who's needed a plumber or an electrician at the moment knows how hard they are to actually get. So Born to Build's a program. It's all about really influencing the next generation of tradies, going into schools, going into footy clubs and letting them know that a trade's an excellent career choice.
And just on that, do we need to shift the perception a little bit of how people are viewing that as that road to take, that choice?
Absolutely, being a trade's an excellent choice. The pay is really good for tradies these days. The demand for your work is really high. So this outdated perception that a trade's second rate is absolute nonsense. It's an excellent option.
What kind of feedback do you get from people who are going through Born to Build and then going on into the industry?
It's an eye-opener because it's a different approach. Instead of saying to kids, oh, you're not doing very well in school, maybe you should be a trade, it's showing, I guess, connecting people with industry icons and seeing their boat, seeing their great car and thinking their lifestyle and being like, well, man, I want to be like them.
Yeah, perspective.
And it's the opportunity to one day run your own successful business. You know, being in control of your own destiny, I think, is something that appeals to a lot of people.
And it sounds to me like it's a really dynamic area in terms of the new technologies and things that we're learning, you know, building the homes of the future. They're going to look different to, you know, to the homes of the past. Is it a really exciting space to be in?
Yeah, the industry is evolving quickly with technological changes, with things like modular construction, with 7-star energy ratings. So, you know, the way we're building continues to evolve, and yeah, the homes of the future are being built today. It's great. You know, we're out here at Tonsley today with Ryan, our Born to Build field officer, who he himself came here for his trade school, and now he's running our Born to Build program. So that's an example of where a career in construction can take you.
It's a perfect example,
Yeah.
and it's come full circle. Is that
Yeah,
the
well, he's started as a trainee, he's come back to MBA. So we employ about 160 apprentices at MBA currently, and we've got pretty much the best completion rate in the industry. So we're really proud of the program.
That's awesome. That's so exciting. So if you don't quite fancy sitting around at a desk all day working an office job, this could be just the thing. You never know. You might just find out you were born to build. And here at Tonsley TAFE, what a great place to start that journey.
Up next, more from Finesse Built and a little look at next week's show. And how important is being a steward of your customer's budget?
Oh, totally important. We don't take on a lot of the landscaping, but we need to know their landscaping budget, from fencing to everything they want, pools, because it's important to know their end goal and then peel it back to what we can use. And we are using it the best way we can for them.
Young family that live here, so they would have had a future state for their family in mind when building that. That would have been a consideration, yeah?
Yeah, it is. I suppose the bedroom's a bit bigger than normal. They're 4x4, they've got desks in them, plenty of storage, so the girls will get older here. And then that separation, they've got a side door for later on when they're at uni and never leave home, like I think we all do.
Yeah. Finesse Built are award-winning builders now through the Master Builders Association. I just keep seeing year on year, it's great. Some people might think that you're an unattainable builder now that you've won the awards. That's not the case, is it?
No, not at all. We're lucky enough this year to win the Residential Builder of the Year, but that was from a body of work that had under $1 million houses and then upwards from there. So certainly anyone can come knocking.
This area up here I love because it's like it is an entertainer's delight, and I get nervous using the phrase, right? But we've got this sort of kitchen area, the lounge room's there. There's the butler's pantry for the dishes, it's the dining room. You must be pretty proud of this space.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I mean, it flows through to the balcony as well. And they can have mates up here all gather around what is the kitchen and the end bar here, and then flow into a dining space as well. Yeah, we're pretty proud that it worked with circulation and how people they're using it.
Look, some constructive feedback, mate. There's no underbar fridge right here. For you, like, we're here, like there should be a fridge, right? But next time, you know, you can't do everything. I sit in this space and it makes me smile. Do you do the same for yourself?
Yeah, we get a lot of pleasure out of what we do, and I think it's just listening to that client and getting their reaction. I mean, they're letting us come back to the home and film in here, so it's a good sign that they've enjoyed our process, I suppose.
Well, the relationship part is really important for you guys at Finesse Built too, isn't it?
Yeah, we're only small, so we take on 10, 12 builds a year, and we have to get along for sort of 2 years. So it's really important to get each other.
Well, what a great first episode back, and we've almost come to an end, unfortunately. But before we wrap, let's have a look at what's on next week's show. Jessica spends time with 3 women successfully making their mark on the building and construction industry, understanding more about the high-vis Women Building SA program. In addition to exploring this majestic Allen Shepherd home, we also acquaint ourselves with the services and benefits on offer from the award-winning team at House Inspect Australia. Plus, we visit North Point Toyota and talk cars. Well, that is the end of our first episode back. Thank you very much for joining Jessica and I. How good was it to hear from all of our contributors, including Master Builders CEO Will Frogley. If you want to watch the show again, jump on 9 Now or follow us on our socials.
Can't wait to see you next week.